So approaching the boxing ring is Azerbaijan's Murad ALLAHVERDIYEV, an incredibly talented 21-year-old from the Azerbaijan capital of Baku. National champion on multiple occasions, European champion in 2018, European bronze medalist the year before that. Incredibly accomplished operator. To that continental medal podium, and here he is competing over the longer format of 6-round IBA Champions Night boxing in the professional ranks for the first time tonight. Significant moment in the career.
В золотой угол приглашается его соперник из России. Встречайте, Бешто Шавлаев.
The man making his way towards the gold corner is Russia's Beshto Shavlaev, undefeated in the nascent stages of his professional career. 3 bouts, 3 wins, all coming in, one of them coming inside the distance. And the 23-year-old confidently approaching his place of business ahead of his first outing of 2024. He too, an accomplished amateur boxer. Just 23 years of age, experienced on IBA 3-round format. Was in action at the back end of 2023 in the European Under-22 Championship in Budva in Montenegro.
Бойца в черном углу. Ему 22 года, рост 186 сантиметров, вес 79,7 килограмма. Это профессиональный дебют спортсмена, но он является бронзовым призером Европейских игр 2023 года, участником чемпионата мира, представляющий город Тертер, Азербайджан, фото Мурад ALLAHVERDIYEV. Его соперник в золотом углу. Боксеру 23 года. Его рост 182 сантиметра, вес 79,7 килограмма. Профессиональный рекорд. 3 победы, ни единого поражения. 1 победа одержана нокаутом. Дамы и господа, он обладатель Кубка России 2024, призер чемпионата Европы 2023 года среди молодежи, представляющий клуб «Ахмат» из Курчелоя, Россия. Приветствуйте! Доселе побежденный Бешто Шавлаев.
So, final check of the equipment of both boxers by our referee. Now the third man in the ring brings the boxers together for the final instructions.
Listen to me. Head up, no holding, no. Check here. Good luck.
So a quick rundown of the tail of the tape. These two talented young boxers, very little in it in terms of height, identical in terms of weight. And we are underway, the first of 8 3-minute rounds. In the light heavyweight division, between boxers from the powerhouse IBA boxing nations of Azerbaijan and Russia. Both men operating out of the orthodox stance. A slightly taller figure wearing the black trunks trimmed with gold is Murad ALLAHVERDIYEV, just 21 years of age. Weighed in inside the 80-kilogram light heavyweight limit at 79.7 kilograms. A slightly stockier figure, slightly shorter, with an identical weight. That is Beshto Shavlaev, 23 years of age. First Shaloi right here in Russia, reverse 1-2, right hand, then left hooks from ALLAHVERDIYEV, but then a jolting left jab from Shavlaev, who's looking to get on the front foot and push his slightly taller opponent backwards. First clinch of the contest, Shavlaev trying to work away at short range. ALLAHVERDIYEV up on his toes now, using the space of the ring, but right on his chest once again, switching from a jab and then down to a left hook to the body is SHAVLAEV. SHAVLAEV keen to set out his stall in center ring, looking for a counter backhand is ALLAHVERDIYEV. Remember, this is his first foray into the longer format. Above the 3-round format of IBA boxing. Nice left jab to the body from SHAVLAEV. Lead left hook followed by a feather-light left jab landed from ALLAHVERDIYEV. Solid left jab landed from the man from Azerbaijan. Now elected to keep his hands down by his belt line. Present that target as an open, present that chin as an open target, trying to lure SHAVLAEV into letting his hands go and then try and score that with a counter. Nice movement in the pocket from SHAVLAEV, but he couldn't avoid that final overhand right. And then look at SHAVLAEV stay on his man's chest and score with that jab. So ALLAHVERDIYEV looking to establish his own jab, but just practically walking into the front door and then helping himself to a body shot was SHAVLAEV. ALLAHVERDIYEV guilty of hitting on the break. It's a nice jab from ALLAHVERDIYEV. SHAVLAEV really is letting those hooks go with bad intentions. He's backed up ALLAHVERDIYEV to the neutral corner, just above our commentary position here, ringside at the Academy of Martial Arts at the Olympic Cluster in Sirius in Adler.
Step back.
Of course, it was widely known as the Sochi Winter Olympic Games in 2014. The gong sounds to end the first round.
Дорогие друзья, переходи на зеленый. Это цвет весны и твоей удачи. Регистрируйся в лиге ставок и получи бонус 2222 рубля. Начни большую игру. Установите приложение Лиги ставок и пройдите быструю регистрацию по номеру телефона. Всем новым игрокам бонус 2222 рубля для бесплатной ставки. Играйте на VIP-уровне Лигой ставок. Станьте клиентом с высоким статусом и каждую неделю получаете кэшбэк до 15%.
Koyma, boşlama üstüne. Boşlayanında gel et, boşla gel et. Yakına boşlama, gel et. Yaxşı. İşte.
So into the second round we go. 80 kilogram light heavyweight action scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds. It's a last-minute change by the organizers. SHAVLAEV continuing to weave his way into range, and look at how he's able to make hay at short and mid-range, swiveling the head of ALLAHVERDIYEV. There's a right hand from ALLAHVERDIYEV, just trying to keep SHAVLAEV at bay, and then there's a terrific 3-shot combination, punctuated and ended by that right hand to the body. Then he starts with the right hand to the body, but then ALLAHVERDIYEV has his chin rocked solidly by a terrifically turned right uppercut from SHAVLAEV, who then drops down with a straight right cross to the body. And even though he's a slightly taller figure, I think the 21-year-old has got his hands full here with the experienced, undefeated professional in the form of Beshto SHAVLAEV. He's really having a difficult time keeping him at bay, scoring with eye-catching singles like that left to the body. But then when SHAVLAEV is able to get in range, he's able to score with punishing punches to both head and body. But credit the conditioning and the competitive spirit of ALLAHVERDIYEV as he continues to operate from behind a low guard. Oh, that's a solid left-right combination landed by SHAVLAEV, and an uppercut off the back foot. But ALLAHVERDIYEV fighting his way through that furious flurry of punches, turns a right uppercut underneath of his own. Terrific two-way action as SHAVLAEV gets back on the front foot, as if to say to ALLAHVERDIYEV, okay, are you finished? Now watch me go to work. There's a nice check right hook from ALLAHVERDIYEV, spinning off the line. But SHAVLAEV continues to press and backs up ALLAHVERDIYEV toward the perimeter of the ring once again, but ALLAHVERDIYEV scoring effectively off the ropes. But I'm not sure how long he's going to be able to keep this sticking and moving going in the face of these heavy-handed, accurate punches being landed by SHAVLAEV. That was a cracking left hook, turned over at mid-range by the Russian boxer wearing the white trimmed with gold. And solid left, right once again, but then look at that counter left hook from SHAVLAEV, checking the chin of ALLAHVERDIYEV. His face taking on the tint of a tomato here now. He'd been touched up repeatedly, and coupled with his own efforts, because he may well be loading up on the punches in an effort to get more pop onto them. Counter right hand twice in quick succession after SHAVLAEV was able to tuck up to avoid the attack that was incoming from ALLAHVERDIYEV. Terrific left hook to the body, then a left hook right hand. Oh my goodness, two left hooks from behind his back, landed by SHAVLAEV, and right back into the breach steps the Russian boxer. ALLAHVERDIYEV has had his nose damaged by those two gunshot of a left hooks that were landed by the Russian boxer. Terrific conclusion to the round by Beshto SHAVLAEV. And Murad ALLAHVERDIYEV, well, you cannot fault the man's competitive spirit or desire, but I think he's fighting back in what is a losing effort here now. That's where he was rocked solidly twice by two left hooks. You cannot turn your back on your opponent, of course. He took them well, but remember, the best chins in boxing are the ones that do not get hit. And his chin was touched up solidly there by what was effectively two free shots landed by Beshto SHAVLAEV, who for my money was well within his rights to take those shots after ALLAHVERDIYEV got himself a little bit disorganized. And that perhaps one of the differences between the three-round format of IBA boxing, where it's all collegiate and cordial, and the longer format of IBA professional boxing. So into the third round of a light heavyweight contest scheduled for 6 we go. Another left hook sends a shower of spray from the hair and beard of ALLAHVERDIYEV. And again, he's standing in the pocket and gamely firing back, fighting back, causing SHAVLAEV to cover up, but SHAVLAEV scores with a left jab, then a high elbow right hand. And ALLAHVERDIYEV is one tough hombre as he takes a left hand to the body. The follow-up left hook to the head was off the mark. Nice movement from the waist from SHAVLAEV as he scores with another lead left hook once again, as ALLAHVERDIYEV trying to respond, swings and misses. And of course, if you spend any time in the ring, you will know that it's far more tiring to swing and miss than it is to swing and land on leather or bone. And ALLAHVERDIYEV's work just taking on a little bit of a less tidy quality now than when compared to his output at the start of the contest. Still remaining compact and keeping his shape nicely is Beshto SHAVLAEV. Nice to see ALLAHVERDIYEV tried to move his head, fires in a lead left hook, but it's off the mark. There, the right hand did get through after the initial left hook was blocked by SHAVLAEV, but ALLAHVERDIYEV breathing through a mouth that's open now. Remember, this is only the third round. It's the first outing over the longer format for ALLAHVERDIYEV. How is he going to fare if this contest goes into the second half? Because everything at his disposal is being taxed here now. There he was touched with the right hand. His balance betrayed him momentarily. Oh, beautiful right uppercut catches the advancing ALLAHVERDIYEV once again. And SHAVLAEV just cutting an authoritative figure up in the ring right now. But ALLAHVERDIYEV reminding him, showing him that he is still in a contest, scoring with an uppercut on the inside. Sneaky right hand got behind the left glove of ALLAHVERDIYEV that was snuck in by SHAVLAEV. Hitting on the blind side after the command of break from the referee was SHAVLAEV. And again, he's only 3 fights into his professional career, but he's showing some veteran moves and that he's familiar with the dark arts of the boxing ring. Scoring left hand downstairs from ALLAHVERDIYEV, but he's touched up upstairs by SHAVLAEV. And look at the pronounced effect that that jab and then right hand to the temple he's having from SHAVLAEV. SHAVLAEV trying to free his hands and work his way out of the clinch. ALLAHVERDIYEV, again, the man's spirit remains strong, but I wonder about the levels of his energy as the 10-second clapper sounds, showing us, indicating to us that we're at the closing stages of the third round. What a round, my goodness. There is absolutely nothing wrong with the heart, determination, or indeed the conditioning of Murad ALLAHVERDIYEV. Listening to his corner.
Murad, o özünü itirip ancaq zərbə vurmaq istəyir. Sən qabağını vurmuş.
Example of the left hand work from SHAVLAEV. ALLAHVERDIYEV always looking to answer back. Work not quite ragged at this stage, but a little less crisp and clean than it was at the start of the contest. In stark contrast, Beshto SHAVLAEV continuing to cut a composed figure, keeping his shape beautifully.
Murad, yaxşı. Zor Murad.
Bildin qabağını saxlama. Qabağını ancaq işlədir. Bak, bam, bam, bam. Gəl, bam, bam, bir də işlə. Yaxşı. Qabağını işləsin qadın. Qabağını işləsin, bir də onu sıx. Yaxşı. Yaxşı. Yorulmamısan ki? Yox, tutanı qarnına qoy.
Четвертый раунд.
3 rounds completed, a potential 3 rounds to go in this 80-kilogram light heavyweight contest between boxers from Russia and Azerbaijan. The slightly more compact figure wearing the white trunk trimmed with gold is Beshto SHAVLAEV, looking to extend a perfect start to his professional career. 3 bouts undefeated at present. Murad ALLAHVERDIYEV into the 4th round for the first time in this, his first foray in IBA professional boxing. Solid left hand landed by the advancing SHAVLAEV, then he drops that jab down to the body, left hook over the top. And ALLAHVERDIYEV becoming increasingly less tidy here now. His footwork not as efficient as it was in the early stages. Double right hand, hook then uppercut, snuck in at mid-range by SHAVLAEV. And ALLAHVERDIYEV, well, he could well soon find himself in that really awkward, indeed invidious position of having to choose between either moving or hitting. But I'm not sure how long he's going to be able to do both, because it was in that posture in the 2nd round where he was tagged by 2 left hooks which damaged his nose. Here's a long left hook which brings a round of applause from this crowd in attendance here at the Academy of Martial Arts in the Olympic Park. Beautiful left hook, but then countered by SHAVLAEV with good work to the body. Treble left hand from SHAVLAEV. Jabs then turned into a hook. They were all partially blocked by the defenses of ALLAHVERDIYEV, but now he's being rocked from both flanks. And again, he's operating with his hands around his pecs. That's a guard that he's clearly comfortable proffering, but that leaves the chin comparatively open. And look at how he just tottered away to his left. His head jolted by a left jab on the resumption, but on the command of break, his footwork wasn't clean as he looked to move off clockwise. And I think that ALLAHVERDIYEV's corner could well do with taking a look at him at the end of this round, if indeed he makes it back to the corner for the interval after round 4. Because, again, sometimes, and I'm not suggesting that's the case here, but sometimes fighters need to be saved from themselves, because he is demonstrating the type of spirit that will see him stay in there and compete all night long. But the amount of punishment that he has shipped, and again, look at the left jab, shook him down to his boots. He's going to stay in there and compete. I'm not sure whether he's got the wherewithal to turn this contest in his favor. And in the meantime, the punch successes that SHAVLAEV is having are having an increasingly pronounced effect. Damaged nose, breathing through a mouth that's wide open. And again, the Azeri boxer's corner will know him better than anyone. They will be taking one side keeping a close eye on him, just gauging how he's feeling, because this man put him under sustained pressure that is reaping dividends. Again, ALLAHVERDIYEV always answering and showing something, but that double right hand at mid-range, hook to the temple, then an uppercut. And the punches really having a visible, indeed visceral effect, because they're often shaking him right down to the soles of his boots. Prepared to go to the 5th round. Again, ALLAHVERDIYEV taking every second of the 60. SHAVLAEV up on his stall early to answer the bell to begin this penultimate round. So as we move into the 5th round, Beshto SHAVLAEV would have downloaded the information that was available from the figure slumped on his stall over in that black corner. And if SHAVLAEV senses that his man is there for the taking and that his energy levels are indeed as depleted as I'm suggesting, he may well try and step on the gas in a bid to get him out of there. But look at that jab off the back foot from ALLAHVERDIYEV, who is continuing to keep SHAVLAEV honest. SHAVLAEV scores with a left jab off the front foot of his own. So ALLAHVERDIYEV looking to gain some respite in a clinch. SHAVLAEV looking to free his hands and work away to the body. So the referee speaking to ALLAHVERDIYEV about holding. He's adopting a wide-legged puncher stance here now no longer up on his toes. And again, left hook, checks his chin once more. Hands around his belt line. It's a posture that he's electing to box out of. But of course, to do that, he leaves the chin as an open target. As he takes another jab, full force, right onto his chin. SHAVLAEV, he too looking to bring shots from out of the line of sight around his belt line. Again, from the safe side of the ropes. I don't know what ALLAHVERDIYEV's corner said to him at the end of round number 4. Did they say you've got one more round to turn this around? Because the man's competitive spirit and desire will keep him in there all night long. And I think he's taking an awful lot here. But that, of course, is the nature of the sport. SHAVLAEV picking his punches accurately. Oh, there's a beautiful left-right combination. Cleanly picked punches from ALLAHVERDIYEV, catching SHAVLAEV right on the end of them. So while I'm suggesting that his corner may or could do with taking a look at him, how can you pull out a man when he's capable of landing combinations such as that? But I think he's losing this contest is ALLAHVERDIYEV. But he's showing that he is still in the contest, and perhaps what's more important, that he's still up for the fight. There's another double left hook, just causes him to back up across the ring in clockwise fashion. He's economical with his punch output here now as the boxers exchange jabs at long range. But it's ALLAHVERDIYEV being economical with his punch output. SHAVLAEV sensing the man's spirit. I thought he may have tested his resolve by going for it at some point in this round. ALLAHVERDIYEV ending the round on a flat-footed stare-off with his opponent. 5 rounds in the book, and I think this man is in a commanding position on the scorecard.
У него руки длинные, он достает правой рукой. Не надо назад пятиться, наоборот, к нему. Или вправо, или влево, или к нему.
Итак, заключительный 6-й раунд.
So the sixth and final round underway in this 80-kilogram light heavyweight contest. For my money, the man operating out of the black corner in the black trunks trimmed with gold, Murad ALLAHVERDIYEV, the 21-year-old from Baku, Azerbaijan, needs a stoppage here. And again, he's back to his opponent, and that responsibility is on Murad ALLAHVERDIYEV. You cannot turn your back on your opponent. That's the third time he's done it in this contest, and the second time he's been clipped with 2 left hooks for his trouble. The first cluster of left hooks when he's backwards with 2, that's a nice right hand landed by ALLAHVERDIYEV. But the first cluster of left hooks landed by SHAVLAEV when his opponent's back was to him, damaged the nose of ALLAHVERDIYEV, making breathing altogether more difficult earlier on in this contest. But I think that ALLAHVERDIYEV needs a massive final round, or an inside the distance victory here would be the easiest way of securing the win, because I think he's trailing on the scorecards, but you cannot fault the man's desire or determination. He appears to have been feeling the pace in this his first foray over the longer distance for some time, and he lands another right hand to check the chin of SHAVLAEV. Continuing to bomb away with that backhand, but he was inaccurate. Another left jab once again, stopping ALLAHVERDIYEV altogether as he was looking to come forward. We're on the halfway stage of this final round. And SHAVLAEV is continuing to keep his shape terrifically at mid-range, and cries of RUS from the home fans in attendance here at the Academy of Martial Arts. And the roof is being raised by their enthusiastic vocal support. It's making for a magnificent atmosphere. And how much extra energy will the boxers be able to draw from this support deep into the sixth and final round? My goodness, they have asked an awful lot of one another, and it's ALLAHVERDIYEV, the man who appears to be feeling the pace more significantly, who is initiating the attack in a bid to get his man out of there inside the distance, which is what I feel he needs if he hopes to be declared as the victor here tonight. 20 seconds remaining. ALLAHVERDIYEV tying up his man before being waltzed back across the ring. Referee intervened. The sound of the 10-second clapper imminent here now. Closing seconds of what has been an utterly absorbing affair in the 80-kilogram light heavyweight division. And ALLAHVERDIYEV summoning up the reserve of energy to end the contest on the front foot, backing up Beshto SHAVLAEV at the sound of the final gong. But for what it's worth, despite that spirited rally, when he must have been fighting on fumes, it is going to be Beshto SHAVLAEV of Russia who will be declared as the victor on points. And here's one of the occasions when ALLAHVERDIYEV turned his back on his opponent and was hit by a pair of left hooks for his trouble. And again, all is fair within the fight game, but ALLAHVERDIYEV landing right hands such as that. And even though I don't think he's going to be declared the victor here tonight, he will have learned an awful amount and grown exponentially from what he has just endured and gone through and experienced in the boxing ring. Because experience is something that can't be purchased, it cannot be bought. You have to go through the fire. And my goodness, didn't this man Murad ALLAHVERDIYEV do that tonight, because of Beshto SHAVLAEV's ring generalship and presence. But he came out of the other side. He ended the fight not just on his feet, but ended the fight strong, did Murad ALLAHVERDIYEV, taking it to his opponent and showing that even though he hadn't done enough to win, that he stayed in there, competing spiritedly right up until the final gong to conclude the contest. It's been a magnificent affair. For what it's worth, I have to think that Beshto SHAVLAEV will be declared as the victor. But the crowd have been treated to a contest that was filled with determination, desire, and conditioning. They were absolutely awe-inspiring to behold. Well, I can tell you that the pause is because RMC is just receiving the information that he needs to announce the verdict. Oftentimes when that happens, it's because it's a split decision. I'd be staggered if that was the case here tonight. But RMC is now making his way up the 3 steps and into the boxing ring. With the official particulars, which I feel will declare Beshto SHAVLAEV of Russia, the man on the left of shot.
Дамы и господа, прежде чем будет озвучен судейский вердикт, аплодисменты боксерам за этот ярчайший поединок. Итак, по завершении 6-раундового боя обратимся к судейским запискам. Судья номер 2, 59-56, Шавлаев. Судья номер 3, 58-56, Аллахвердиев. И судья номер 1, 57-57, но в пользу черного угла. Таким образом, раздельным решением победу одержал Мурад Аллахвердиев.
I find that absolutely extraordinary.
И аплодисменты его сопернику Бешту
Murad
Шавлаеву.
ALLAHVERDIYEV has been declared as a split decision victor over Beshto SHAVLAEV. And you have to credit the man's conditioning, determination and unyielding attitude. But I simply did not see what the judges have returned here tonight at the Academy of Martial Arts in the Sochi Olympic cluster. Unsurprisingly, Beshto SHAVLAEV has left the ring in a hurry. He suffers his first defeat as a professional. His ledger now stands at 3-1. But while I was suggesting that ALLAHVERDIYEV's corner could well do with taking a look at him, well, he's made a mockery of that suggestion, Murad ALLAHVERDIYEV, because he has been declared a winner on points. And while he had his moments, and while his competitive spirit was commendable, I simply find it difficult to reconcile the verdict that the judges have returned with what took place in the boxing ring, because I thought Beshto SHAVLAEV was the boss, and despite the rally produced by Murad ALLAHVERDIYEV, I simply didn't see that he did enough to win the contest. But that is the verdict that has been returned, and you can see the absolute surprise